You got to be kidding me. No, 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 no. It's a joke, right? Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air because he made a comment saying that the young man was associated with this man and that group. Now, the young man he's talking about is the one who assassinated Mr. Kirk. He said that that individual was associated with this man and his group, the young man who shot Charlie Kirk. So pay attention to this and somebody help me understand.
And tomorrow we're going to have one of the biggest announcements, really medically, I think, in the history of our country. We're going to be doing it with Bobby and Oz and all of the professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing. I think we found an answer to autism. How about that? Autism. Tomorrow we're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House.
What does that have to do with Charlie Kirk? He could have done a news conference after the memorial. This was for remembering Charlie Kirk. Well, autism was one of his favorite. No, that's not what you announce at someone's funeral. That's not what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a distraction. Do not fall for this. Yes, Charlie Kirk. I didn't know Charlie, but if you paid attention, the moment I found out about it, I did a video and called it an assassination. Said that it was wrong. It's not right on this planet for anybody to have an opinion and then to take that opinion and go after someone and take their life or even cause them injury. Now hold on now. Let me make sure that you understand. I don't believe it was that young man, but if it were, not my place to say, but if it was, they messed up with me because they gave too many false stories before they would probably tell the real story. What was one of the false stories? He was living with his lover. Y'all remember that? He was living with his lover who was transgender, and this was all because he was transgender. Excuse me? And his father turned him in to the police only to find out that that wasn't true. We've been given so many different stories. That he was living at home with his parents, only to find out he wasn't living at home with his parents, living in an apartment, but then he was living at home with his parents. And then they showed the bedroom that he was in when he was younger, supposedly. Or last week, we don't know. Something ain't right with the story, everyone. Something ain't right with the story. And the fact that he would sit there and let the judge say whatever the judge said, something ain't right with this story. Don't know what it is. I can't tell you. I wasn't there. I couldn't overlook and see what was going on. Now, some of you would ask, well, if there's a God, why does he allow this? You got to ask him. It's not my point to explain it to you or to question his motives for allowing something to happen. But you guys don't understand, and I'm going to explain it to you as best I can. I do the exact same thing. I test people myself. I let people go through stuff. I let them experience stuff by sitting back and watching. Because why? First, when they started doing it, they knew the rules. And I will give them a warning, and they will still do it. And then I will bring to their attention that I warned them, that I told them it was going to happen, and I would even let them know when I told them that. I do it with the courts too. So I can't fault the God that I serve because he allows people to experience things. The problem is, he can restore people to life. The people who are taking people's lives can't. But enough about that. I just had to say something, and this will be the last time I comment on this story and any other story for the foreseeable future. I'm going to keep my opinion, not because of what happened to Charlie. And yeah, I talk about him as if I knew him, and the only reason why I can say that I understand who he was is because of the mindset. He wasn't trying to be difficult. He was literally speaking his mind, and somebody told him he didn't have that right. That he did not have the ability or the authority to speak his mind. We know that was a lie. But I don't believe that's what it was. I don't believe that he died because somebody disagreed with his views. Sorry. I believe that he died, and I want y'all to pay attention, because it was an opportune moment. They said there was a guy on the roof. The same thing they had with Trump. Guy on the roof. They said they saw the guy come down off the roof. They said they found the gun in a wooded area. Okay, why did he put the gun back together? Oh, no. They never said he put the gun back together, but they said they found the gun. They didn't say they found the gun disassembled. They said gun. They said weapon. If it was disassembled, you got to understand the police, when they give a report, they would never call it a gun if it's disassembled, because it's no longer a weapon. Shh. Don't tell nobody. Then they found carb on the inside of the gun and on bullets. Blah, 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 blah. Really? Now go ahead and look at that kid and see if that looks like something he would do. No. I know there are some people on the planet who are deranged, who have some issues, and yes, they know they have issues. Reality knows they have issues. They have issues. But go and take a look at that kid and notice that something ain't adding up. Go back and watch the video of the person. Let me shut him down. I gotta give me 1 second. Get out of there. Get out of there. See, I keep bringing my mouse over that thing. See, I'm not trying to do that. Oh, that's a whole lot more peaceful. Go back and look at the video of him coming off the roof. Do you see a gun? Do you see how that backpack is? Does it look like he stuffed a gun in the backpack? No, just go ahead and watch. Go ahead and watch. If he disassembled the gun, pay attention, why would he reassemble it and leave it in the woods if he's trying to escape? If he disassembled it, why would he reassemble it? That means that he's a lot older and a lot smarter than he looks. Because that's something individual who has skills would do. How old they say this kid was? 22 years old? And he's a marksman? Pay attention! 1 shot. And he hit a carotid artery. 1 shot. Not 3, not 4. He didn't fire 5, 6, 7 times. That 1 shot hit him in the neck. Go back and watch the... Well, I don't advise you to watch that video. But go back. You only heard 1 shot, and that's what hit him. Yes, there were other shots that followed. Pay attention. But it was that 1 shot we all watched. That 1 shot that got him. That means that was a marksman, people. That wasn't nobody going, well, he practiced. Yeah, he could have practiced for 100 years. He was 22 years old. Go ahead. 22-year-olds that got that type of skills, they're in the military and have been for years. And that's all they do is train to do that. Okay, pay attention. Go ahead and listen to his story that they've given us so far. Something ain't right about this, y'all. And now, pay attention. They're going to announce the cure to autism. Go ahead, when they do this, look at where they're going to trace it to. And then Those of you who have people who had autism, notice how this could have been prevented. And y'all sue, 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 sue. Sue, 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 sue. Man, I met Susan. Y'all go ahead and y'all sue to your heart's content. Because that means it was preventable. That means that it was intentional. That means that it was suffering caused for no reason other than money. Put the companies out of business. Sue them until they cannot exist anymore. And the government will try to protect them, but they cannot. Why? Because then you go after the government for allowing it. Talk about they've cured autism. They're only trying to compete with Russia because Russia has a cancer vaccine. Shh! Don't you dare tell nobody. Please don't fall for the okie doke. This is a smokescreen. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. He did not have to announce that at Charlie Kirk's funeral. Do y'all understand how opportunistic that is? Look at the people. Go back and look at the people looking at him. They're trying to figure out, why is he announcing the Homeland Security and the HHS supervisor and this person? Why is he announcing that at a funeral? It has nothing to do with him or them. And yes, he's going to be talked about by others other than me. So look, there are enough people out there pointing these things out to you guys. And look, all I did was only saw that part. I haven't watched that whole video. As a matter of fact, I played more for you than I played for myself. That's how immediate I had to do this. I even sent, when I saw the caption, I had to notify the people that I communicate with, hey, take a look at this. Don't fall for this. Don't get distracted by this. Because it's an obvious distraction. I can't tell you why, and I don't want to speculate. All I can just tell you, it doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. So I'm going to have to let this stuff go. So this will be the last video for where I comment on current events. Until the time comes when this is, as I told you, what I saw in the future. I can only tell you, in less than a year, I'm going to lose the ability of communicating and doing these videos. I already feel it. I can feel it coming in the air. I already feel it coming. Okay? Everything else is playing out in my life exactly the way I already foresaw. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Trust me, I've known about it since 2013. That's 12 years, people. And, well, no, I've known about it for a lot longer than that. I've known about it since 2001, but since 2013, I knew the details. I've been trying to avoid it. I've been trying to stop it. I've been trying to do everything in my power to prevent it from happening, and guess what? It ain't working. So, you can't stop certain things, so I'm not going to try to stop it anymore. I'm going to let it flow, let it flow, let it flow, as Tony Braxton would say. Anyway, when that short period is over, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I do know it'll be just a short time. It won't be a long time. Then I'll be back. So there's going to come a time when you're going to stop hearing from me. No, I won't be incarcerated or anything like that. You're just going to stop hearing from me. Then all of a sudden you're going to hear from me again in a distant future after that. I do believe, it is my belief, and I'm a solid believer in this, that so-called pandemic was a precursor. I believe that wasn't the real one, that they are about to hit us with the real one. The biggest psyop, the biggest distraction, the biggest October surprise. Oh, look at that! October! Where you at, October? We're waiting on you! The biggest October surprise ever. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen in October, but all I can tell you is the biggest October surprise ever. All right, y'all take care. We will talk soon. And I really would pay attention to the videos done earlier today. I really, honestly, personally believe that the 4 videos that were done earlier today, that there is a ton of information in those videos to help quite a few of you. All right, gotta go. Take care. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Bye-bye.